Hi, this is Jaden. I'm going to take a couple minutes to talk about the TPP trade agreement. So this is an agreement that was signed by 12 Pacific Rim countries, and it was supposed to be composed of 40% of the global economy. President Trump did withdraw from it in 2017, and then recently China expressed interest in joining in 2021. So in terms of U.S. politics, there are two sides kind of to this debate of this agreement. On one side thinks that it will increase jobs, it'll lower consumer prices, kind of spark economic growth, and then it will continue to be a huge movement for foreign trade and exchange in the U.S. And then the other side is that it actually will decrease manufacturing in the U.S. It's going to lower wages, and it will kind of just increase the inequality gap in the United States. And also kind of thinks that it will lower our trading standards that we have in the US. So there are two different political sides to this. And then in terms of China's involvement, by joining this agreement, they would become a huge economic power in the global market. There are kind of two sides to this as well. The debate on one side is that China is really close to meeting the TPP agreements and that there is room for reform in terms of their policies. And then the other side of it is that China is actually really far from these standards, and it kind of clashes with other trade agreements that they have. So like the RCEP, the standards in terms of freedom, labor rights are different. So that kind of poses some issues there, and it thinks that it's going to lower the overall environment and trading standards globally. So in my opinion, I'm not quite sure that this is a good trade agreement. In our book, it talks about how these big trade agreements have been kind of unsuccessful and very slow in terms of growth. So kind of according to our text, like it doesn't seem that this is going to be a trade agreement considering all the differences between these 12 countries. It's going to be very difficult to come to an agreement that is sound and that is moving in the right direction at a high enough rate for it to be successful.